Greetings and welcome back to the T2 Book Club. Today I'm actually waiting on my new 65-inch TV to come in, which will go right here. And the delivery guy is taking a while, so I thought I would speed things up by making a video because when you do things, I tried taking a shit earlier with the door open. I thought that would summon him because you put yourself in a situation where you don't want them to appear and they appear. That seems to be how you summon delivery men. So I thought I would make a video which I'll have to stop in the middle of and let him in, because that'll probably work. Anyway, today we're going to talk about this book, Revival, by Stephen King. It's a really good book. When I first heard about this book, I thought it was going to be like Frankenstein, because it's about electricity and reviving things. But it wasn't at all like that. It was actually kind of reminded me of Dr. Sleep, the way he wrote it. And it takes place, I don't remember where it takes place. Maybe like Kansas or something. This isn't one of those main books, I don't think. It could have been. I don't remember the settings much. I think it kind of goes all over the place. So it's about this kid named Jamie Morton. And he has this preacher in his town named Danny Jacobs, or C. Danny Jacobs. Charlie Danny Jacobs. So he's like this preacher, but he's also like a scientist. He's really into electricity, and he figures out that there's like this special electricity in the universe. Some power that comes from somewhere that he can't explain. He's kind of like Nikola Tesla in that way. So he's trying to figure out where this power comes from and how it works, and like he has this little model train set and this Jesus thing that floats across the water, and it's kind of magical. Nobody understands really how it works, but it's like this trick. Well, that's actually not magical. That's just like a little trick. So when Jamie's a kid, he thought that was really interesting and stuff. But then this preacher's wife and son get killed in this car accident. And that kind of turns him into an atheist. And he moves away, and he gives this terrible sermon in the town that makes everybody kind of realize how much pain he's in. He doesn't believe in God anymore, because how could he let this happen to his kids? And he kind of disappears out of his life. So then this kid, Jamie Morton, he gets into drinking or drugs or something. I can't remember. I've read this a while back. It's been like a couple weeks. I can't remember everything. Okay. So he gets in like a bad situation. He joins a band. He ends up playing guitar. And then he runs across this preacher again. And he's like one of these carnival barkers. He does this carnival. It's a thing where like he takes pictures of people with electricity. And like it's like an animated picture or something. And like nobody really understands how it works, but then they disappear after a while because the way the electricity works. It's kind of like a scam. So he meets back up with this preacher, and they talk again. And I don't really remember what much happens then, but he's kind of like everybody that he takes pictures of. Jamie starts realizing that they have these after effects. Some of them will start seeing things, and some of them like have weird things happen to them, and some of them even will kind of go crazy and kill themselves, I think. But then he meets this preacher again later in life when he's kind of older. He's kind of like one of these TV preachers. He's like, he goes back and he's not really a preacher. He's pretending to be like religious. And he's like a faith healer. And he's using this special electricity, he calls it, to heal people. And it works, but there's these after effects, and they get crazier and crazier. So like, at one point when he was a kid, he tells the preacher tells Jamie to go up to this mountain, and there's this iron rod sticking out, and you'll see lightning hit this rod. And he took his girlfriend up there and banged her at this cabin. And it kind of compares like his boner to that iron rod heating up, I think. It was pretty funny. But then later on in life, his first girlfriend that he had sex with, she ends up going to this preacher who is a faith healer because something's wrong with her. Cancer or something, I can't remember. So he heals her. And he's really worried about these after effects because he had this one guy he met had these things called prismatics, and he would see things on the edge of his vision. It was kind of like another world. He was looking at this other world. And I think he's had dreams of like these ant people dragging people away and shit. So what happens is the preacher, he's finally like in the fourth stage. He's like an old man. He's about to die. He still had this one guy from when he was a faith healer that was like this musician, this black guy that's like his butler. And Jamie hunts him down, and he's got this woman. And he's like, she died, and he's going to try to bring her back to life. And with it, when he brings her back to life, since she's been dead, she's seen the other side. And he really wants to know, like, what's on the other side of life, because he's a preacher and he doesn't believe in God, but he knows there's something, there's some power, some force that's on the other side of life. So since she's already been dead, she'll see that he can bring her back and she'll tell him. So I think what happened was, I can't really remember how they saw what happened in this other world. They opened up a portal or something temporarily, and they saw into it. And what it is old gods, like from Warcraft or whatever. It's like those old, tentacly, Cthulhu type things, H.P. Lovecraftian type monsters. They're kind of like, they rule the universe. But on the Earth, the ant creatures, they take everybody. When you die, like women, children, kids, whatever age you are, these ant people take you. Not really dead, you're just in another universe, and they march you along this formation and they make you slaves forever. And it's pretty crazy. So that's what he finally, maybe it's related to the Mist, because that's kind of what the Mist was like from that universe, maybe, because that would make a lot of sense. So that's pretty cool. Like, it doesn't really get scary until the very end when they explain like what this other universe is. So now Jamie Morton knows what's after death, so now he doesn't want to die, but he knows when he does die, he's going to be a fucking slave to these ant people. Pretty fucked up. I think the preacher died, I think, at the end too, just to throw us extra spoilers. Man, okay, I recommend it though. If you like Dr. Sleep, you probably like this book.